Hello and welcome to this board crazy review of Cat Lady. I am D. I am joined as ever by my companions.
I'm Graham.
And I am Will. I have nothing special to say.
You're slacking these days.
Yeah, I have no cat puns.
Yeah.
No cat puns?
No.
Well, give him time on that. Before we get started with our review, we're going to run my introduction to the game from our gameplay video so that you have an idea of how it works if you haven't watched that yet. There will be a time listed that you can skip to if you have no interest in watching me speak for 2 minutes. But here that goes. Cat Lady is a game for 2 to 4 players, designed by Josh Wood and published by AEG. In Cat Lady, each player is a devoted cat lover whose goal is to earn the most victory points by collecting, feeding, and coddling as many cats as possible. At the start of the game, 3 cards from the Stray Cat deck are flipped face up and placed on the table, and 9 cards from the main deck are also flipped face up and arranged in a separate 3x3 grid. The food cubes are set aside, and then the last player in turn order will place the cat token next to any one column or row of the grid. Players take turns in clockwise order. On a player's turn, they simply take all the cards from one column or row, aside from the one that the cat token is next to. Then the cat token is moved to that column or row, and it is refilled with new cards from the deck. Any cat cards that a player takes is placed face up on the table in front of them. Food cards, meanwhile, are immediately traded in for the corresponding food cubes, while all other cards, like costumes or catnip, remain in players' hands. If a player has 2 lost cat cards in their hand, they may on their turn exchange them for one of the 3 available stray cats or 2 victory points. If they have a spray bottle card in their hand, they may also use that at the beginning or end of their turn to move the cat token to a different row or column. The game ends when a row or column cannot be refilled. At that point, players will take all of their food cubes and feed as many of their cats as they can. Players will earn victory points for each of their fed cats, but they will lose 2 victory points for any cats they cannot feed. The player who has the most leftover food also loses 2 points. Additional victory points are earned from various things like costumes and toys, and the player who has the most victory points at the end is, of course, the winner. Okay, so now that we have an understanding how Cat Lady plays, let's review it, shall we?
I like listening to D talk for 2 minutes there. I don't know about you,
I always
Graham.
do. I fall asleep to D's voice
The
at night.
dulcet tones of D. I should record an album, just me saying things. I guess it would be prudent to discuss the gameplay first and foremost.
Okay.
So I guess the main mechanic of the game is this whole take a row, take a column, move the cat token thing.
Yeah.
I will say I quite liked that bit, at least the taking of the 3 cards at once. Not only is it very satisfying to,
Swipe a row
swipe
or
such
column.
a large swath of material at once, but I feel like in a lot of games, you'll have situations where someone takes the card you want. Mm-hmm. Right, and it ruins your turn. I like in this one how you go in either direction. You're gonna have situations where someone might be taking a card you want, but they're probably not gonna take every card you want because just the way that cards get taken and then how the cat moves around. I thought that was actually kind of very satisfying in a way. That, you can really adapt well, and the way there's always new cards coming out.
I think I really enjoyed it. It's the first time in a long time with a game I've said, that's actually a unique mechanic that I haven't seen before. And so, but yeah, it is. I think it's like you said, satisfying taking all 3 cards from either the row or the column, and you feel like you're doing a lot when you do that. You're getting a lot, and so I found that pretty enjoyable and satisfying.
It makes the game move quickly as well. Will?
I agree with everything you guys have said about the satisfaction level that comes with drawing an entire row or column. I'd also add that I like that the little added thing where you take the little cat mini and move it around, and basically that determines that someone can't draw from that row or column on the next turn. I like that because it adds gameplay elements where it's like you could hypothetically take your second best option to block someone from getting their best option. And then when you add the spray bottle into the mix as well, which allows you to move this, and I just think that just all of those mechanics together, it's a really gratifying gameplay experience.
I personally kind of wish that the placement of the cat token was up to the player. Like the active player just chooses at the end of their turn where it goes instead of just being automatically placed where they took it. The mechanic as it is fine. It works fine. I just feel like you could have added an extra little bit of strategy and sort of blocking and thinking more to think about if the active player actually was in control, thinking, okay, what do I think the other player wants here, and try to.
I don't know. That gets to me personally in games when there's mechanics that are meant to sabotage other players.
Yeah, and I don't think this game was meant to be that way.
I don't know if it's necessarily sabotage. I mean, everyone would be on the same playing field there.
I don't say I'm not saying it makes it uneven, but I think it can throw some imbalance into it.
So, I mean, that being said, the game is not perfect. Luck plays a real big factor in this game. I feel like even as satisfying and as maneuverable as you can kind of be with the board, you do not control what's coming out, and and it sort of comes into this situation where you have to get lucky with the right balance of food and cats available for you to take on your turn.
Yeah.
And you'll have many situations where people keep taking the food before you can get to it, and you just you don't get it. It doesn't come out for you and stuff like that. If you end up with a lot of one or the other, it kills you. And I feel like winning in this game, at least when I don't win, it comes basically just down to luck. No. But I do feel like luck really helps determine the winner in this game more than most.
With any card game like that where cards are coming to Branley, there's going to be luck involved. I thought it was not too bad compared to.
I don't like it. Doesn't like.
It didn't stick out to me. I'm like, oh man, he got so lucky there.
This is a very light, very fast game, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's not maybe. It shouldn't come as a surprise necessarily. It just feels like sometimes the game is out of your control.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I think from our experience in all of our sessions playing this, though, that it sort of balances in the sense that you might not go your way one game, but if you play it again.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think any of us have had long extended runs of just getting saddled with too many cats and not enough food, or vice versa.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying. It doesn't bother me because in games like this that are so light and so lighthearted, it's hard to get that angry at it. I don't know. I mean, I guess if it was a longer game, it'd be a problem. This is like a 20 to 30 minute game.
It is. Yeah. I also, the other thing is, I feel like just because the cats and the food are so important towards your final score, I feel like the other cards, the toys and the catnip and all those things, they kind of fall by the wayside.
That's not true at all.
Well, this is the thing. You might collect them, but I feel like, for me at least, for a winning strategy, your collection of them will be incidental as much as it is intentional.
It's secondary to the. It did to me at least. That's the strategy we played. I mean,
the first game we played, I actually focused on the toys, and then towards the end, it really hurt me. Because I didn't have the right cat food ratio.
The highest total I've ever gotten points. So maybe I get why you. I kind of experienced that in the gameplay video that we played. But the highest total that I've ever got in this game was in a different session, and that one I think I only had 3 or 4 cats total, and I focused almost exclusively on. I collected almost all of the catnip. I had 6 catnip.
Well, the game was catnip.
Over. And I also collected the most toys, and I had the most costumes. And then by doing that, I was able to supplement my score without focusing on cats and food. Yeah, I ended up not winning, but I came really close.
Yeah, the catnip is maybe a bad example because it does actually, the score of the catnip is based on your cats.
All I was going to say is I like that it gives you a variety of options of how to score.
It's good they're there. It's just they're not all equal for sure.
I do think they do. I think they do provide a level of variety. And the game would definitely would be way more bland without them.
Oh, no,
It would be very
Absolutely.
repetitive and stuff. My I think biggest criticism of the game are the stray cats. I like the mechanic in that they're in there, and how you get them, but I felt that some of them seemed maybe a little bit overpowered or underpowered compared to the other ones, and so it just provides another chance for some imbalance there, especially when the game is already So is determined a lot by luck and how the cards come up and timing of that, and so it did bother me a little bit.
I mean, they're not too different from the regular. I mean, they're not really different.
And maybe
at all from
maybe that's part of the issue. They're not too different.
Maybe it's just the fact that they don't get replenished because, like you said, the first person to collect the two of the stray cat, like lost cat cards, will just have their pick of the best one, and there's. People are just left with the rest. There's no chance of a better one, or coming out.
Yeah,
people might.
And like I said, that's where kind of luck comes into play because multiple times in all of our games it happened where the lost cat cards came up in the same row or column. It's easy for someone to swoop them up, and then because you can play them, you can play them whenever you want. So it's easy to quick take. That's where the luck and the timing of this game comes into effect.
I get it. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to add about the gameplay?
No.
It's not that much more to cover. Honestly. It's a very simple game. All right. I mean, like, talk about the other stuff then briefly. The theme, is fun and different. And I really like the art and everything. I think it's a very cute game.
Yeah.
Very family friendly.
Come on, that cat's adorable, right?
Yeah, all the cats are adorable.
It doesn't have pupils, which terrifies me.
Terrifying.
But other than
it's
that,
adorable.
I guess that's kind of.
What?
I mean, I guess with a cat, it's just like all pupil, right? For the most part.
It's not all white.
I don't know. I'm not.
It could be a blind cat.
It could be.
You don't know.
It could be a cat with no eyes. There's just openings. Went dark. Got dark there. So yeah, no, I agree. I like the art style a lot in this game. I think it's. I think it's, especially on the cards, I think there could be a little bit more detail and variance to the way the cats look. But I like the names of the cats, like Chairman Meow or there's like really funny names in there, and
but it's all good. I mean, all the other cards, they explain how they work on the card very clearly. Once you understand how all the symbology on the cat cards, everything is very clear.
Yeah, it's well explained. It's a good rule book too.
And all the materials are good.
Wooden cubes, which is nice. Wooden cat token. I know AEG is coming out with or has come out with a deluxe edition of Cat Lady, which has
Lion Lady,
which has food that's shaped like cans of tuna, I think, and or it's like the food tokens are more like custom. The victory points are actually like heart-shaped instead of circles with hearts on them. Everything just looks better, and it comes in like a cooler box. So, but I think that looks really cool as well.
Yeah.
So that'd be an option for people who want their game to look even better. But I do think the base edition looks really nice.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely, no real complaints. So I think we should wrap this up then, gentlemen. Give it a score, shall we?
Sure.
I will go first, as always. I will give this game, Cat Lady. It's a fun game. It's very much a quick sit down and play it. You can't take it too seriously. But I think it's fun and good for what it is. I'll give it 3.5 stars out of 5.
3.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Saw that coming. Graham, you got thumbs. What are you doing?
I got thumbs since when?
Right now.
They're right there.
Look at him. He's got them.
Realized it.
Whoa. Besides, obviously, as we talked about, a little bit of the luck being a large factor here and the imbalance with the stray cats, it's really well designed, and I think that the main mechanic is really unique and fun. So I'll give it. I mean, I guess it is a little bit of a filler game, but it's still it's quick and easy. How about 1 thumb up?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say it. Within the realm of board games, or all the games we've played, I can't put this one in that top hierarchy. But what I can say is for filler card games, it's a really an enjoyable experience. And for that reason, I'm going to give it a B.
Yeah, sure.
Solid around the board.
Honestly,
no reason not to play it if you like these kind of games.
I think of the lighter, easier games we've played. I could see us maybe going back to this one more often than most.
Yeah.
Because also, it's not the sort of game that would take long to relearn. Instead of I don't know, Biblios is probably not a complicated game, but right now I couldn't sit down and necessarily play it right now from memory.
Yeah, you'd have to take a look at the rulebook before you play it. Yeah,
this one, it's just so straightforward.
I think it's perfect for people who have kids, families with kids, because the parents can. There's enough of a tactic and strategy in there that they could.
It's also a great introductory game as well, because it's so simple, so quick. Yeah, for kids it would be great for that reason as well.
Yep, and it's easy enough for kids to grasp. I agree.
So there you go. And we hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please like the video for us. We always like that. You can comment any thoughts you have. You can subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. You can click the notification bell. And you can share the video if you are, so inclined. Maybe want to introduce someone else to this game. You can check out our social media links in the description below to our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you want to follow us on those, I might do it. You can come back this Friday, if you're watching this new, where we'll be playing, another animal game.
Yes.
Going to the other side of the table here. We go cats and dogs. So that's
Intrigued.
Yeah.
My favorite movie is Cats and Dogs.
Is it?
Is that a movie?
That is a movie. Don't you remember? I think it was Jeff Goldblum was in it. Count like 2003 maybe.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
It's horrible. Don't watch it. It's bad.
Yeah.
Have you actually watched it?
No, yeah, I saw it in theaters when I was a kid.
Oh my God.
Horrible.
What, in theaters?
Yes, I did.
All right.
Burnt into my mind.
Apparently. Well, until then, everybody, thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.